Hey everybody! You know how sometimes life throws you a curveball? Well, picture this. A family crisis, a mountain of work, and a broken heart, all at the same time. That was me. It felt like I was starring in my own personal soap opera, and not the fun kind. I was juggling deadlines like a clown at a birthday party, except nobody was laughing. And my love life? Let's just say it was about as exciting as watching paint dry. Actually, scratch that. Watching paint dry sounds way more fun. I was heartbroken, and the last thing I wanted to do was eat ice cream straight from the carton. But you know what they say, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Or in my case, when life gives you a family crisis, work overload, and a broken heart, you download a dating app. What could possibly go wrong, right? Stay tuned, folks, because this story gets wilder than Portia trying to parallel park. So there I was, scrolling through profiles on this dating app, feeling like Goldilocks searching for the perfect bowl of porridge. Except instead of porridge, I was looking for love. Or at least a distraction from the fact that my life was a dumpster fire. I swiped left, I swiped right, I even accidentally swiped on my dog's picture once. Don't judge, he's a handsome devil. And then, amidst the sea of shirtless gym selfies and fish pics, I found him. Let's call him Gary. Gary seemed normal. He had all his teeth, a complete sentence in his bio, and no pictures of him holding a fish. We started chatting, and he seemed funny, smart, and charming. Could this be it? Was Gary the one who would rescue me from my misery? I know, I was getting ahead of myself. But a girl can dream, can't she? We agreed to meet for dinner at a nice restaurant. I was nervous, of course. I mean, this was a real-life date with a real-life human I met on the internet. What if he was a catfish? What if he was an axe murderer? What if he was secretly my dog in disguise? Okay, that last one was a stretch. I got ready, put on my most flattering outfit, the one that makes my waist look like it can actually hold a tune, and headed to the restaurant. And guess what? He was there, and he looked just like his pictures. No axe, no fish, no dog costume. I was already winning. He seemed nice enough, although he did spend a good chunk of time talking about his collection of porcelain cats. I didn't have the heart to tell him that I'm more of a dog person. He seemed really passionate about those cats. As the night went on, I started to realize that maybe Gary wasn't Prince Charming after all. Remember how I said he was charming online? Well, in person, it turned out that charming was just a fancy word for talks way too much about himself. He didn't ask me a single question about myself. Not one. It was like having dinner with a talking autobiography, only less interactive. I learned more about his porcelain cat collection than I ever wanted to know. Did you know that there are limited edition porcelain cats dressed as historical figures? Neither did I. By the end of the night, I was ready to fake a sudden illness, or maybe just start speaking in tongues. Anything to get out of there. But then, something even crazier happened. Section 5. Finding gratitude in the chaos. At least my dog still loves me. As Gary droned on about his favorite brand of catnip, I started to feel a weird sense of gratitude. Yes, gratitude. Here I was, on a truly terrible date, but at least it was distracting me from the rest of my life. I mean, my family was a mess, my job was killing me, and my heart was still healing. But hey, at least I wasn't at home alone, right? I was out in the world, having a semi-normal human experience, even if that experience involved an excessive amount of porcelain cat trivia. Section 6. An unexpected turn of events. Police and motels don't mix. Remember how I said things got crazier? Well, buckle up. As we were leaving the restaurant, Gary got pulled over. Turns out he'd left his lights on. No big deal, right? Except when the officer asked for his license and registration, Gary panicked and ran. Yes, you read that right. He ran. Leaving me, his date, standing on the sidewalk with a confused police officer and a growing sense of dread. The officer, bless his heart, was very understanding. He even gave me a ride home after I convinced him I wasn't an accomplice in Gary's great escape. On the way, he told me he was staying at a motel down the road because his house was getting fumigated. I offered him my couch to sleep on because that's just the kind of person I am. He politely declined, but the whole situation felt like something straight out of a sitcom. Section 7. Lessons learned. Online dating, self-worth, and dodging red flags. So, what did I learn from my disastrous date with Gary the porcelain cat enthusiast? A few things. 1. Online dating is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Except sometimes you do, and it's a porcelain cat. 2. Never underestimate the power of a good distraction. Even a bad date can be a welcome escape from reality. 3. Always trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Also, if someone talks about their porcelain cat collection for more than 5 minutes, run. Section 8. The Road to Self-Love. Finding strength and happiness within. After that night, I decided to take a break from dating. I needed some time to focus on myself, to heal, and to rediscover my own strength and happiness. I started going on hikes, I adopted a rescue dog, sorry, no more cats for me, and I started writing again. I realized that true happiness comes from within, not from some random guy on the internet who collects porcelain cats. I learned to love myself, flaws and all. And that, my friends, is the greatest love story of all. Section 9. Finding love against all odds. Because everyone deserves a happily ever after. And you know what? When I finally did put myself back out there, I met someone truly special. Someone who loves me for me, porcelain cat obsession and all. Just kidding, he doesn't have one. But that's a story for another time. The point is, sometimes you have to kiss a few porcelain cat enthusiasts before you find your prince. Or princess. Or whatever your happily ever after looks like. Just remember to love yourself first, and the rest will fall into place. And if all else fails, there's always ice cream.